Oh. 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 Oh.
Hi.
Oh.
Oh, shit. What happened now?
Oh God.
Hi.
Ugh. Ugh. You. Ew. All right. Well,
You don't fool me. You checked up on me. You were concerned about my well-being. We're
give it
friends.
away. Don't. Hey, Chris. Could I see you over here for a second?
Yeah, sorry. Was it?
Just everybody. Just go. Oh, right. Nobody's
Yeah,
there.
everybody. Yeah, got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. You're supposed to like.
Sorry. There was one person. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So I'll put my hand up so nobody can hear.
I guess.
You're supposed to keep up the bit where I don't like you.
Oh,
if you
God.
if you let people know that like I care
No, no,
about my friends and stuff, yeah, they'll get the wrong idea that I'm like a human being. So I have to be this cartoonish thing. You get it. You go to the phone. Okay. All right. Anyway, so fuck you.
And fuck me too. Ugh.
I'm a good person, real good person. Fuck
I have
you. Yeah.
And I have friends.
You should
Friendly
look up.
friends.
You should I have all the friends. You should look up the. There's a couple like unedited versions of the songs. Like the shit show song is on YouTube.
She's got it on her YouTube.
Yeah, the fuck ton of cats. It's not a buttload of cats. It's a fuck ton of cats, and it is
that's
it's such a better. It's so much better. I wish I could
watch that one.
And I bought it thinking maybe like how well you wouldn't know this, but Rick and Morty is a very dirty show. I mean,
So
like,
I've heard.
Lots of the background looks like penises and testicles
Not a
and stuff
surprise.
because and then it's
They're
so
just
crazy
all
that
busy.
guy turned out to be an abuser. That's so weird.
Yeah,
Anyway,
but not Harmon, the other guy.
not Harmon. No. Harmon got his weird workplace abuse stuff out of the way at Community. And he, did like a.
Was he actually abusive? Or
No,
was
he
just
wasn't
kind of
abusive.
shitty?
He was just kind of like
Not a sex
coming onto
pest?
a woman that wasn't. Yeah, and then like the
God
advances
damn it.
got. He didn't do like
Guys.
an Aaron Sorkin thing where like, oh, you like, oh, you upset me, then you're off the show. Like she still worked on the show throughout the show, and then he did a public apology when it came out, and it's the best public apology that I've ever seen a
I'll have to check it out.
famous person give.
I want to say there's a female black comedian. I want to say her name's Michelle Butera, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Michelle Buteau.
Buteau?
Yeah, that's her name.
Okay.
If that, I doubt there are two black Michelle
let's
comedians.
call the whole thing off.
Well, they all do look the same. Anyway, go on.
I did
Your words.
just
Go on.
watch. Not my words, Jules.
And we'll
That's
get
not
back
till
to
the
whatever it is
second
I was
segment.
talking about, but probably
Second segment. Because the other Michelle, who is not black but has a lot of black friends, she's a redhead.
Wolf, and she's half black.
Yeah, is she?
I think so. She's black somewhere.
I don't. Well,
She doesn't present.
If she is, she doesn't claim.
She could pass.
She could. Pass.
I'm pretty
But
sure she's halvesies.
She has a new special on Netflix that is pretty funny.
Wolf or Buteau?
Wolf. Buteau had a bit that I saw on, like, you just see clips of things. And she had whole things like, I have all these friends who are coming out as sexual predators, and it just goes from there. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a really good bit that obviously was very painful for her to do.
Yeah.
But Wolf had some really good bits in there where it's not necessarily like it's talking about these issues, but not lecturing you as the comedian on high, which is a lot of podcasting lately. And I've had to tap out of a couple of podcasts because they're just really concerned about talking about how they can't say anything anymore.
Yeah, on your fucking podcast into a microphone, but you can't say anything anymore.
Can't say anything.
Yeah. Richard Kind showed up as a guest on the George Lucas talk show. And
is it actually him?
No, it's him.
Somebody else?
No, they have guests. Like they've had who's the biggest
Agree
guest
to disagree.
My favorite guest they have is Jason Mantzoukas because he's just like
he's gold. He's like always funny.
He's like meth. He's comedic
funny?
meth. Yeah.
How is he that funny all of the time?
No idea.
Yeah. The show he was on with all those other funny people and Steve Ranazizi.
The League.
Yeah.
that's good.
No, fuck that guy.
And Steve was there too. He's the guy who was like the 9/11? Okay.
Yep. And that's why I say fuck that guy.
Yeah. One of the Duplases, Mark Duplass. Is on there. The acting Duplass.
The acting Duplass, not the producing, directing Duplass.
Right. Did you see Safety Not Guaranteed? That's a good one.
No, and I really want to.
It's not one of theirs, but he's in it. Him and Jake Johnson and Aubrey Plaza.
In it, and of course Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah.
Who is what? No, you didn't. You said Jake Johnson.
And Aubrey Plaza, I said.
Not into the microphone.
Yeah, I did, but you can go back and it's okay.
It's like they never took a break, guys. Look at it. It's nice to see and hear you, by the way.
Oh, likewise.
I am sorry for the break I had to take, but
okay.
it was one of them mental health breaks.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
I know a thing or two about mental health breaks because I have like a mental break.
Yeah.
It's not healthy.
I was broken as shit for a couple of weeks, but I was drinking through most of the day, so that
okay.
I think that fixed it.
Probably.
I think everything they call it a solution for a reason.
Yeah, because it's a liquid.
Yeah.
It's a solution
with better stuff that's in it.
Words are fun.
Words are fun. Yes, but I did not get to see that yet. But I did watch Poker Face. And
I didn't see the last episode, so be quiet, please.
No, you really haven't watched the last episode?
My subscription ran out. Yeah, she got kidnapped by Benjamin Bratt.
Fix
Bye.
it.
Mm-hmm. That's all I said. Well, I'm
I'm
on a schedule.
Tell you that the thing about Poker Face for me is no spoilers. No spoilers.
All right.
None. Every episode may very well be my favorite episode.
Yeah, they're all really good.
I'm amazed at how good it is.
They're all
Although my favorite single moment, my favorite running joke was the idiot drummer who wrote the world's greatest song.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
And you hear the very beginning of the song, and then it changes, and you just get there, and then her figuring out where he got the lyrics, and then where the
Is that the one with what's her name? What's her fucking
Chloe
name?
Sevigny?
Chloe Sevigny. Yeah. Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sevigny.
Cabernet Sauvignon. Savion Glover.
Of Savion Glover, who was the tap dance kid.
Yeah. And then once he got like over like 25, they were like, "Get the fuck out of here! Who cares? We got Stomp now."
You got to go do other tap dancey things, but your posture has to be really shitty when you do it. That's the difference. You never noticed that? He's always like way out over his skis when he tap dances. No, just me? Okay, good talk.
Oh, I haven't seen him in a while. I should check up on him, see how he's doing.
We don't talk anymore. We didn't talk before either. But no, I don't. Tap isn't like a big thing for me, but I'm a big Sammy Davis fan, as may have come up. And
I don't think so. I don't think you've pointed to the.
No, it's true.
You.
It's true. Yeah. It's a true thing. And they had things where like Gregory Hines would do stuff with him, and there've been a couple of things, but they had like the Kennedy Center honors, and Sammy was really sick, but Hines showed up like he was doing all this dance and stuff, and then he brought his shoes out to him, and
Sammy's shoes?
Yeah, and Sammy was apparently like not doing well because when you live that hard, shit don't work out.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you usually have to pick one. You
Yeah.
either live hard and die young, or you live kind of or you live hard early and then cut it out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And he never cut it out. He
Yeah.
just never cut it out. And I love Sam, but god damn it, Sam. But he had he was bad off. He had at least one hip replacement. He was really ill. I don't think he lived much longer. But Hines brought his shoes out for him and gave it to him, and he put them on and he wiped the fucking floor with him. Like he was like, even at that condition, he's like, motherfucker. Like he really did. Like he really, because Sam had become kind of a joke by then. Like he wasn't like 1966 world's greatest entertainer. He'd become the candy man and like the jokey guy.
Right.
And but he's still like just fucking shredded. Like he's just like, I will show you what I can do. And he really, like it's really something. It's on, I'm sure it's on YouTube.
So in 2000, let's see, 12, I believe this was the second time I saw him. I saw Buddy Guy at the Warner Theater.
Oh shit. Really?
Yeah, seated. I was like, he threw his pick out in the audience, and I have it still.
How was it?
So, no, this is a complete
That is
non
the
sequitur.
perfect
It had nothing to
No,
do.
No, I want to know.
It
Like,
had
how
nothing to
was the
do
show?
with exactly what you were just talking about. He talked about like how like, yeah, so I came up, when blues was coming up, and he talked about like how he would see all these kids, taking the blues and turning it into something different. And, I'm like, oh, wow, well, I'll start to incorporate that into my stuff. And then he said, I saw this kid, Jimi Hendrix, and he would like play his guitar behind his back and with his teeth. And then he does that while he's telling the story. And then like he'll rub his ass on his guitar, but also like do a solo. He's one of the fucking funniest entertainers I've ever seen. It's one, and his band, obviously, killer fucking band. But like, top 2 guitarists I've ever seen in my life. That's like people I've seen in concert. That's people I've met, because like I've met a lot of guitarists that are better than a lot of people I've seen live.
Well, sure.
Like paid to go see. That
sure.
that are like on a touring band with somebody or somebody else. Yeah, like I've seen Derek Trucks play live.
Is he good?
He's better than Derek Trucks. Yeah, Derek Trucks is the shit. Yeah. Buddy Guy's better than Derek Trucks.
Is he better than his wife?
Is he better than Susan Tedeschi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They are both incredible musicians.
Is that because you don't like women?
No, you don't like women. Oh, no, I don't like women. You don't like the Jews. That's right.
I
That's right.
love women. No, I don't have that problem.
Sometimes too much.
I'm married to one.
Oof.
I know.
Does she know?
I feel bad for her. Well, I don't think the 2 additional strokes took that information away, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
3rd time's the charm. It's not.
Is a lot. There's a reason we didn't talk for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I texted my a different friend, actually the injury friend, the same thing I texted you about the the wanting out thing and talking to the child and all of that. And she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh right, you don't know me nearly as well as some people." It's like the fact that I'm talking and making horrible jokes again is actually a good sign. Yeah. Yeah, you kind of got that. It's like, oh, he's talking again.
Oh, good. Oh. Snipe, 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 snipe.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that's the right answer. I told Joylene, it's like, I think Jules is checking on me. Oh, okay. Okay, we've crossed into that area.
Won't happen
no,
again.
we have not. Okay, sorry.
Won't happen again. Don't worry about it. It was a slip. I was drunk.
I hope so.
Probably.
I'll say.
So hard I can't sit down sometimes.
Hair lip.
Anyway, Buddy Guy's great. One of the best guitarists I've seen, like top 2. Yeah, I think it's like him and Cal David, who's my sensei. So I
don't know who that is.
Yeah, you wouldn't. He's a Chicago guy, moved to California.
Okay.
He died a year ago.
What did you do?
I hadn't seen him in 13 years, so it was a long game.
Hard to. I was gonna say hard to trace back to you, but I appreciate
exactly.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who I saw, because I haven't seen a lot of players. You know, I'm trying to think. The one who really got me, of all people, I don't know how you feel about Sting. I'm guessing you're not a fan.
I like I think he's a terrific writer. He's an asshole though. So like,
is he a bad guy? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. Like he's just like professionally, he's been like shitty to people he's worked with that have like written for him and didn't pay him royalties and shit.
I hadn't heard that.
But man, that song at the end of The Professional, "Shape of My Heart,"
that's a great song.
It's a fucking killer
song.
That
run, the 10 Summoner's Tales, and fucking Soul Cages. Soul Cages really holds together as an album. You don't get a whole lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got a song that has one of my favorite first verses ever. But we've talked about this stuff before. But when I saw him, when he had a quartet that he was touring with, and he had Dominic Miller, who's a perfectly fine guitar player, and David Sanchez, who has played with everyone. He was the original keyboard player. I didn't know this until recently. He was the original keyboard player in the E Street Band. And then he left to go do other things. And one of the things he did was he was the keyboard player in Sting. I think he recorded with him, and he was on that tour. And he was a great keyboard player, like, you know, unfussy, but did a great job, really good. And then at the end, for whatever reason, they came out and they did Purple Haze. And Dominic Miller did his, like, Andy Summers thing with it. And then Sanchez came out and ripped his face off, like, played a white Strat and just took it back. Just like, he was amazing. One of the best players I've ever seen. Just stunning. But a guy whose job is playing keyboard.
Right.
And he also happens to be this wailing, shredding, Hendrix-like player. Just over here.
Yeah.
Just over here.
Right. Not even doing that. I mean, it's
just like, oh yeah, fuck you white people, and then back to getting the check. Like,
right. I mean, it's like how whenever Donald Glover does any one thing,
yes,
I'm just like, oh, you're leaving a lot on the field here.
Yeah. How can you? Yeah. When you're that good at things.
Yeah.
How
like
do you
everything, every fucking thing he did. He
How
won awards for all the things.
Yeah,
he won an Emmy for writing on 30
Rock. Did you see they're going to make a Lando movie finally? This is like recent.
Oh, really?
Like they're actually going to make...
They were talking about making a series, but I guess people are kind of souring. Good. Stop making series.
Yeah.
You know what should be a series? Loki. That was a good idea to be a series. WandaVision.
And
that's a good idea.
Going to be out.
At the beginning of next month.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be good.
Me too.
Do you think, speaking of Me Too, do you think they're going to change who the bad guy is?
I think it's so in the can. They may alter the universe. If I'm Kevin Feige, here's a freebie, Kev. Just
for Kev, listen up.
Hey, Kevin, everybody else, get out of here.
It's okay. We all know each other. I'll get him on the horn.
People who wear hats.
Yes, big hat wearer, big bald hat wearer.
I've stopped wearing hats because my hair, there's too much of it.
Your hair's doing good things though.
Like, I appreciate
I appreciate the full on.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You know.
I hadn't done it in a while, and I did the Bic because I wanted it to be as unfortunate as possible.
Yeah. But what they could do for
freebie for Feige. Wait, is this a new segment?
God damn it!
Segment producer, freebie for Feige. I missed you too, Jules.
Oh, cute.
Here, while you're figuring it out, here's one you've missed.
It's either that or the crinkly ice.
Wait. 7 people on the internet just came. You don't want to see them.
It's like it's like in Star Wars when Alderaan was blown up and Obi-Wan is like, I feel as if a million people screamed out in terror and then it just stopped.
Yes.
It's like that, but
that's how it works.
But 7 people and also terror, but it's because they didn't know why they were coming. Oh boy.
Oh no.
Okay, anyway. Freebie for Feige. So what you
Not
could do...
Not to be confused with a freebie for Fergie, which is a completely different thing, and that involves crack cocaine.
Yes, and that is the... that is very true, actually.
Missed you too, baby.
Because, like, I'm listening to this Kanye West album, may he rest in peace.
Rest in piss.
Rest in piss.
You're listening to an album of his? How are you doing with that?
Well, it's from...
Isn't he a bad guy?
It's from 13 years ago, so that's...
Don't get me wrong.
Before he was a fucking Nazi, yeah.
No, I get it.
His first 3 albums are fucking killer.
I have heard
and then
that
next album is kind of hot garbage and beat fetishism because he was going through a breakup or some bullshit.
Okay.
And then
is that the 808s and Heartbreak
yes,
one?
It's garbage.
Okay.
And then the next one is My Beautiful Dark Hologram Twisted Time Good Time Hot Boy Summer Big Dick Energy Times.
Happy Hour.
And I also thought that, like, when I got that album when it came out in 2010, and I thought that it was also very beat fetishistic, and like he's so in love with his production that he lets the song go on for 2 minutes longer
really
than he needs
good
to.
At that, to
but
be fair.
That's what I'm getting to, is that like 13 years in between me and then, and like I go back and listen to it, and the first half of the album is almost fucking perfect.
Is it a vibe-based economy?
It is. It generally. Do you mean like the stock market? Yes. Yes. Also Twitter or X.com. Anyway, freebie for Feige.
Fergie.
Oh right, Fergie had a thing, and then this thing. It was the worst part of maybe the entire album is where Fergie hops on for like 15 seconds, and she talks about doing a line.
Album?
Yeah, she's on, but she's on a song. She's not a titled. She's not a featured titled artist. It's like you just know who it is because. But there's like Elton John's on that song. Alicia Keys is on that song.
Like when they do Avatar, and then they do that Seth MacFarlane movie with
the bear.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Exactly. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know?
Because I'm so Avatar too.
Because we're the same person.
We're the way of water. We all are. So Kevin Feige, I hope you're listening, and I hope you enjoyed that little delve into what I've been listening to lately. So what you could do is just have his past altered in some way, and so
who are we talking about?
Kang, and so then just have his like have some the timeline where he comes from, have that altered in some way before he's born, so that he still becomes Kang. He just happens to look different because his dad nutted at a different time.
Does he look like Tig Notaro?
Now, Chris. He doesn't. He looks like Christopher Plummer. Boom! We did them both. We did them both.
Nice.
Yes.
He looks like Carrie Fisher.
No. Although it is Disney, so.
I gotta know. Yeah. They made some choices.
Yeah.
Why did they do that whole CGI face thing in the thing?
Are you talking about Rogue One?
Yeah.
With Tarkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Carrie Fisher thing, it's only like 3 seconds.
Short.
It's so short and so like, if you look too hard, but then it's gone. And like the Darth Vader thing just happened.
Yeah.
But like the Tarkin of it all is
the Tarkin of it all.
He's just so like kind of looks like greasy and slimy.
Why you gotta do that?
It's weird, man. You didn't need to. Just recast.
There was no reason. Recast like they did
or
with
Krennic is Tarkin, basically.
Yeah. Who is?
Krennic. Ben Mendelsohn, mate.
I don't know.
Ben Mendelsohn.
You mean the guy from...
I'm wearing a white cape, mate.
The guy was supposed to care about in Secret Invasion?
That's right, yeah. I'm a Skrull, mate. You better not be talking to the Kree there, mate.
I'm considered very attractive for a Skrull.
Yeah, I'm considered very attractive for a Skrull, mate.
For a Skrull,
what are you doing here? I'm Space Australian. That's all
And I'm
I
also
can do.
supposed to care about the girl who now has all the superpowers.
She's Super Skrull. If they don't make her into a fucking villain,
She's Scrooper Saul.
Brought to you by Scrooper Saul. So Kevin, you can use all of these. All right.
Yes. So what was the freebie? Oh, recasting. Yes.
Yeah, it's for recasting because you're gonna have to. I mean, you don't have to. You don't. You could just scrap the Kang storyline, or you could pull the Flash, and which I have a week long subscription freebie.
Did you watch it?
Can you just let me talk, please?
Did you watch
could you be cool
it?
For once? Oh my God, this.
Yeah, one time. It's me. It's all me.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean.
So. Hey, Jules. Hey, Jules. Did you watch it? So. Answer the question.
No.
No, really?
I will not answer the question.
Oh, okay. But does Watto
No,
have
I've been
a hat?
watching. I watched the newest season of Harley Quinn, which is obviously great because it's just it's always great.
Do you know they're doing a Kite Man spinoff?
That's also great because he's great in that.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
That was a thing from the direct from the comics. That made me
Really?
laugh very much.
Did you
Hell
like?
yeah.
How much of it have you seen? I know
haven't
you watched
seen-
some.
I watched part of an episode and went, "Oh, it's all sploogey. I'm not interested."
It's. I mean, it's basically. It's like a pivot from.
Pivot.
Okay, a pivot from.
Pivot.
Thank you. A slight angular turn from the Bruce Timm animated universe from like the early 90s.
I heard it's super fucked up.
But the animation style is what I mean. And like, but they get
The scripts are like straight National Lampoon though, right?
Are there funny ones of those?
Yes, technically.
Okay. Then yes. Cuz it's very funny. And yeah, like I think you should watch it, so I don't want to give certain plot points away, but like
It's on the Max, right?
yeah.
I don't have the Max at the moment.
Well, if
I
you just
unmaxed because
if you just go on Amazon, they will offer you a free trial every now and then.
I considered.
Yeah, it's a week, so like I
But see, I
did it
want-
for Harley Quinn, and now
I want
I'm
the show time because I want to see how bad Billions is in the last season.
pretty bad. I told you that like they're
Yeah,
just they're just making the guy do Hitler quotes to show that he's evil.
Well, that's fun. Big fan.
Yeah, of Hitler. Yeah,
No,
I know.
We've
We've talked about this.
trains. Sure. I will say though, I was amazed at how good Poker Face was as a show.
It's incredible.
Just
It's my favorite
overall,
murder mystery thing. I
It's
think.
one of the best seasons of television I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah,
and
I'll do
she's so
Peacock
great in it.
next.
It's funny though because if you listen to it, she is not doing her New York accent. You think it feels like she is, but she's not. If you listen to her, she still has her super gravelly voice, but she's not like she doesn't have a New York accent in it. It's actually pretty impressive. But I thought she was fucking amazing. And you did see the Magic Mountain episode though, right? The one where they're because I think it's the next to last episode. The one where they
Hold
end up
on,
in
is it the girl? Oh boy, you don't know anything she's in. She keeps calling the girl Morty. They get stuck at a they get
they
get stuck at in a cabin with
And no, I had not seen her before, and I'm deeply offended that you would think I had not.
Well, they all look the same. So women. Stephanie Sue is who we're talking about.
Finally, we agree on something.
She's one of my favorite new actors.
She's great. What else is she in?
She's in Marvelous Miss Maisel. She's
I
in
still need to see that.
Everything, Everywhere, All the Time, happening at the same time, all of the time.
I was in the wrong state.
I know. But you should once you get your Showtime
I know it's great.
thing, then you should watch it. And she's in American Born Chinese, which is very good.
I heard that's very good.
And she's in Joyride, which is a fun time.
Joyride.
It's four Asian ladies go on a trip to try to do a thing or something. It's like Crazy Rich Asians, but there's four of them, and it's not a
see the Crazy
wedding.
Rich Asians.
That is also very good.
You know what I want to see is the new Inspector Poirot movie.
The A Haunting in Venice.
It's got a bunch of great people in it, including Michelle
Yeoh, who's in a lot of those things I just mentioned. She's in Crazy Rich Asians.
That's what brought it up.
She's in Everything All the Time.
And she's always great. And she's in
American Born
Chinese. Is that the one or the other one?
Gunpowder Milkshake. Yes, she's in that.
So good.
Yeah.
I want to go back up to the moment when she showed up with the fucking chain.
Oh yeah, it's so good.
I seriously
whipping bricks off the wall. It's so fucking good.
It doesn't happen often, but every once in a while, like there'll be a moment like that. I'll be watching a show, and I'll just like,
the other show I'm watching on Max is called Warrior, and here are some shows you're also not familiar with. Banshee, it's by the guy who did Banshee, which is where Homelander's from. The first time I saw Anthony Starr was like his debut role was playing this guy who's like a criminal drifter.
Does he get to use his accent?
No, he's American.
Oh, Jesus. You know the one that got
He doesn't have those things in his cheeks, though, to make his cheekbones go up like this.
Does he? Does he?
You should look at his real face and then like look at, he has like teeth. Yeah, I think he has like a veneer set that he puts on, and he has like these implants. He needs to be he needs to get a trophy for the last season.
Oh my God.
It was so fucking good. Just the one scene where he's talking to himself in the mirror. Just that. Or how about when he goes to the cow and then gets the milk?
There's so much.
And then I think it's like Victoria Newman shows up and she's like, "Am I interrupting something?"
Oh, there's so much there. And when what's her name? When the woman who played his girlfriend who then got blown up.
Stormfront.
She's another
Aya Cash
one.
from You're the Worst.
Aya Cash, which is an amazing
great
fucking show.
Great show.
That I have to watch the last season of.
Yeah, you didn't watch the last
season.
okay.
I just have to do a rewatch of the whole
You should.
thing.
You should. And it's only like 13 episodes per season. That's a terrific show. That's one I watched, like I watched for the first time in quarantine. And I think I went back to it within like a year and a half, and I just watched the whole thing again.
It's a beautifully done show about terrible people trying to find each other.
Oh my God. It's so oh my God.
Except the only one who isn't a horrible person is the vet. The veteran.
Watch the last season.
Oh no, you had to go and do that.
Watch the last season. Yeah, nobody gets out unscathed.
Wasn't a
Paul F. Tompkins
person.
shows up.
Paul F. Tompkins shows up?
Uh-huh. That's all I'll say.
I really enjoy him.
He's great. It's worth a watch. Watch it before FX takes it off of Hulu.
That's one of the only shows that I'm okay with them talking about having a podcast be a subplot. Because for the most part,
oh my God,
anything that involves a sub...
I love how all the men, except for, what's Desmond Borges' character's name? The guy you were just talking about, the vet guy.
That guy.
Except for him, they have, like, girls' names for their last names.
Do they really?
Yeah, Jillian and Barbara are their last names.
I love you know the episode that haunts me sometimes.
The one with Ben Folds. Did you see that one? Is that season 4?
I did.
Okay.
I did see it. It's fine. No, the one that haunts me is the one where she starts Aya Cash's character. God, she's so fucking good. Where she
Is it the Depression?
But yes!
Oh my God.
She bottoms out.
Yeah.
And she just starts watching that other household. And she steals
She steals a fucking dog.
And that whole thing. And she's so fucked up all the way through it. And then he's like, why don't you take medication?
That's right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like the Englishman is just like, why don't you take medication?
Oh God,
What's
that
wrong
guy
with you?
is so fucking terrible.
Everybody's
terrible. Everybody's bad.
He's the worst. They're all the worst.
They're all you're the worst.
Yeah. And then that, like, early on when they're hooking up and they just wake up naked outside next to the pool. Just such a good fucking show.
That show and Search Party, I think, are two that are
unfamiliar.
like. It's also on Max. It's really good. It's like it's insane. It's an insane show. It's got Alia Shawkat in it. I'm
sorry. Go back to And You're the Worst. Also has a fucking fantastic theme song. I'm gonna leave you anyway.
Oh yeah, I skip it still.
No, you shouldn't. It's good.
Yeah, I've heard it. I've watched the show twice, man. Yeah, hey, you should. You know what's good?
Skip.
The fucking 4th season. Watch that. Anyway, speaking of final seasons of things,
but
Warrior is the name of the show that I'm
Justified,
watching. You can finally
City
get to
Primeval, that. The fact that they spent, I keep going back in my head to Justified because the guy who played the hitman who was talking to his agent about writing a book shows up in fucking Poker Face as the guitar player in Chloe's band.
Yeah.
And he's great. Don't you take this away from me. He was great.
Yep.
And he kept writing songs about the horrible shit they were doing. He's like, you can't write a song about us killing the drummer. It made me very happy. So, Warrior.
It's good. Well, good night, everybody. No, you were talking about shows with like moments that will just like make you things that make you go, oh shit. And Warrior has a lot of very well choreographed fight scenes. I was talking to you about how Ahsoka.
To me?
Who me? I told you that like, yeah, Ahsoka's nice. You know, this last episode was pretty good. The lightsaber fight was pretty cool.
Oh, you're watching it.
But yeah, of course. But the choreography like left a little something to be desired. Like it's fine because these people aren't martial artists. But then like to go from watching that and like the lightsaber fights are cool. Spoiler alert. But I think this has been known for like a year that Hayden Christensen shows up in it.
I literally just saw that happened.
Yeah.
And that they gave him like the Clone Wars haircut.
They gave him he looks like he's stepped out of episode 3. Yeah. Yeah. And like this is the first time he's been that I've liked Anakin in live action. They like do a thing where he's like not a total shit and not just a little pissy bitch. They're trying to make him the Filoni version because Dave Filoni wrote Anakin as someone who is a likable person. And like that does not translate in the movies.
The prequels. That's what they did with Obi-Wan.
I don't know because like with the Clone Wars stuff, that was still when that was all under Lucas's like purview.
Okay.
When Filoni was a Lucas like select
they're
person.
Still trying to rehab the prequels. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I just saying like, and again, you are so right, and I quote you. I quote you on Sex Pest. And I quote you on Money Poisoning.
Yeah.
And I quote you on Star Wars is for babies.
It's a baby thing for babies. Right.
Yeah, it's totally baby thing, blah, 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 babies.
Right. Like any adult person who's complaining about this show, Ahsoka, that is literally a continuation of a children's show. Yeah, Star Wars Rebels is something I couldn't watch because it was too for kids.
Yeah. It was way too. They should have named what's his name? Who's the guy who actually shows up? Like the kid who's in that the floppy
what's his
hair.
fucking name? Ezra Bridger.
Ezra. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They should have just renamed him like audience
surrogate.
Audience surrogate, like the companions on Doctor Who.
Right, Clara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, going from that, but like the best lightsaber fighter in the show was Hayden Christensen.
Oh,
because he had the fucking training for 2 whole movies, and these people just show up and they do it, you know, and like they learn the stuff. But like you watch the behind the scenes stuff for the prequels, and like, look, man, there's a lot to be said. Right. There's a lot to be said about what George Lucas did and the overusage of CGI when it wasn't done. But like the rigorous fucking training, dude. Like, and they got into that in the newer movies because of that throne room scene in The Last Jedi. Like, you can tell they fucking trained for that shit.
Yeah. And I will say, I will go back to a very flawed show, Obi-Wan. I would not call it a good show.
No.
But something that they wrote that is possibly better written than anything else in the show is how he changed over the course of it using a lightsaber.
Yeah.
He went from being completely overmatched and angry Darth Anakin fucking his world up.
Yeah.
To
literally drug him through fire. It was like, how does that feel, motherfucker? How does it feel? It was so good. Every scene where they were together, which I think is like 2 scenes, incredible.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And that last fight, it's
but
it's
the
great.
difference between him barely being able to save the kid with the force that he hadn't access, and seeing him go back to being Obi-Wan was
with the point thing.
Yeah,
so good.
He went from this is a garbage show to
ooh, Star Wars.
Yeah,
could have been a movie. Should have been a movie.
Star Wars.
Yeah, didn't need to be a 6-episode show.
Two-part special.
It could have been a special presentation. Hey man, yep, absolutely. The best thing the best 2 things
space between Obi-Wan at the beginning and Obi-Wan at the end. You just didn't need that much space.
Yeah. And then the Leia stuff, you could have her in there, but you didn't really need it. She wasn't a completely annoying child actor.
She was fine.
Which there's some stuff I've been watching.
Impressive.
There's some stuff I've been watching where they do a flashback to the kid as a person, and it's like, oh, let's get past this. Let's not have this kid. I'm sure they do look like the adult version, but no.
They didn't have to fill that in.
Yeah. Yellow Jackets is the opposite.
I heard great things about that.
It's so good, and it takes place in 2 different timelines. So it's young people and then the older people.
Reese Witherspoon, is she in that?
No, that's Little Fires Everywhere.
Shit.
No, Christina Ricci.
Ooh, I like the Ricci.
Yeah, she's great. Everybody, Elijah Wood showed up this season. He's great.
Oh shit, yeah. He's good. Good actor. Acting's hard, man.
Yeah,
it's hard to be a believable person in front of cameras.
Yeah, with
things that are edited.
Yeah.
Stage acting is simple.
Acting! I am acting!
That is more like stage acting.
Yes!
Yeah, but I saw... Oh, we've talked about musicals. I did get to see Joel Grey in a revival of Cabaret.
Who?
Joel Grey?
Earl Grey?
Come to the Cabaret, old chum. Welcome. Come on, it's about Nazis. I think you'd be so happy.
Yeah, I'm just talking to... No, he's talking about some bullshit, some Bob Fosse nonsense.
No, Candor and Ebb, you fuck.
What? What's that? I'm sorry, I was talking to nobody.
What's that? What? What's that?
So Warrior has really good fight sequences.
I just thought you'd think that was neat because you pretend to like...
I don't know who that is. I don't know who...
You don't know who Joel Grey is?
No.
Really?
No.
Honest and for true?
Yeah. I watched the Fosse Verdon show, and so
I loved that show.
It was really good.
They got
every time fucking Sam Rockwell
years.
started doing that fucking little dance.
How about when he just did when it came up at the screen, 13 years till the end. Fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelle Williams.
Michelle Williams. Oh my God.
And she was in Destiny's Child. It's so impressive. But you're welcome. You are welcome.
Oh, we are the same person.
But she is a monster.
It's
she
crazy.
is so good.
So good. So good.
And through the whole thing, she nails the fucking young, and she nails when she's older and she can't quite do it anymore.
And the husky voice.
Love
a husky
she's so
voice.
fucking good in the whole thing. And all the Anne ranking stuff.
Yeah.
And that's legit. They coexisted. They were not a throuple. They just coexisted. Okay, I know you're fucking him too.
That shit's wild, man. That whole, and then the fact that he had a heart attack right outside of his. That's crazy.
That moment, and he's down. He's going, and he's like, I'm out. This is it. You just know.
I don't know if they won trophies for that, but they fucking should have.
And he's doing it, and you know what he's saying. He's and I'm like, you lucky bastard.
I know.
I was doing the math, and I'm like, I make it another if I wait 14 years, think about it, 65, 14 years, something happens, That's natural.
Right. People will be like,
65.
oh. But they won't be like, what happened? They'll just be like, oh,
There
that's
won't be
too bad.
65, there's not an investigation.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I worried someone with that. I'm like, I don't want phone calls.
I mean, yeah. It just seems, yeah. I don't know.
I don't want phone calls.
I feel like this is like the last year where if I like die young, it'll be like, because I'm 33, so that's like the Jesus
got a while.
year.
No.
No, people will still be surprised, but like, I don't know. Like, if I fucking died at like 27, oh man, then people will be like, there's this great undiscovered talent, and oh man, what he could have done.
That'd have been good.
That would have been great, man. And like I was 27 when my second album came out. It was like I had like a month left. I fucked up and lived.
Fucked up.
I survived. That's my fault.
God damn it.
Yeah.
One roll.
And I just figure like 33. That's like a, that's like a symbolic age or whatever. So then, but like, yeah. But I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna.
Dude, you fucked up.
I mean,
I done built a life and shit.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole different other can of worms. Yeah.
I just feel bad for the other people involved.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like you've got that. I like my fucking parents would be sad and whatever.
Yeah, see, my parents are dead, so
right, exactly. So
I waited, but then I messed up the other part, and I
right should have been a murder suicide.
I mean, yeah, but who would the murder be? We didn't know each other then.
Oh no, I don't want to do it. No, I thought I meant with your parents. Like if y'all all went.
No. They got plenty. They didn't need my help.
Okay. Well, it's good to know when you're needed and when you're not.
Sure.
Yeah. So Warrior.
Like the Ultimate Warrior?
Sure.
From wrestling?
Yeah. It's by the guy who did Banshee. Banshee's a show about a guy who is a criminal.
Who's a Banshee?
He screams at everybody. He is like a grifter, criminal, kind of trickster god, very charming sort of guy. And he rolls up on this small town, and it's him and this other guy in a bar. And then the guy turns out to be the sheriff. Then the sheriff gets killed in the bar, and he's the only witness. So then he takes over as the sheriff because the sheriff is new in town. And that's the show. This grifter guy posing as a sheriff, doing sheriff stuff. And every week he gets into like a big fight with somebody.
Ooh.
Or he fucks a lady. And there's some Amish mafia shit, and it's really weird and fun.
Amish mafia shit.
Yeah. Anyway, the guy who did that show did the show Warrior, which is about the...
Does he ever say anything about coming out to play A?
No, but it is based on the writings of Bruce Lee, and the guy does use nunchucks in the season 2 finale. And he goes like... Anyway, the fight choreography in that is like some of the best. And going from like a clunky fight choreography thing like One Piece or like Ahsoka, where it's like it's fun and vibrant and colorful and nice, to something where
liked One Piece. I heard good things.
I did. I liked it. Yeah. I got Rob into it yesterday by accident.
Wait, we're 48 minutes in, and that's the first El Yami related reference.
Who knows, man? Anyway, I'm probably going to watch The Flash after I watch Warrior. But I'm going to watch it with like a commentary from my good Australian boys, the Weekly Planet boys.
You're not going to like it.
I'm just glad I don't have to pay for it. That's all.
Oh, you'll pay for it.
I still haven't seen Wonder Woman 1984. It was on TV.
Nah.
And I was just, and like I couldn't get, like, I love Pedro Pascal. Like he's a fucking dreamboat and a half, but like he couldn't save it.
They took parts of a very good comic book story and fucked it up. Mm-hmm. And they took a good cast and just like gave them bullshit.
And Gal Gadot was there too.
She's good at being Wonder Woman.
I guess.
I like her as Wonder Woman.
Sure, yeah. Don't put her in other stuff though, because she's not good at acting.
She's bad at things. She's bad at acting.
I guess she could just play Diana Prince in everything. Like how that guy does. Oh well, he's dead now. Richard Belzer played the same detective in
Bells in like 5 different shows.
Yeah, I think it might be more than that.
Yeah, it was like
if you count all the Law and Orders, that's probably 5.
It started on like Homicide, which was
or
weird.
NYPD Blue, one of those.
I thought he started in Homicide. I could
it was
totally
one
be
of
wrong.
those because they ran
know
concurrently.
He was on that
Yeah.
because, and again, you've only spent some time in Baltimore, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was really fucking weird because all that shit is like based around like Fells Point. They like turned this like dock into like the police station. It was really weird. And I remember walking down there where they had it made up as that. But I remember going down to Fells Point when it was just docks and some old shitty bars. You know, and they kind of like gentrified it like a whole bunch. It was just a very weird thing to see.
Wait, you're telling me that they're gentrifying like low-income parts of Baltimore?
I'm sorry you had to hear it from me.
Fuck. I was going to do that. Shit.
Although it's weird because some of the part, even now, well, last summer, when we went, like even now, some parts it was working and some parts it was just like, nah, it's not going to happen. You just can't make that work here.
Right.
Yeah.
But hey, good thing they forced out like people who,
sure,
you know, yeah.
It's weird though because I don't know what it was like beforehand, but post shutdown and all of that, Pittsburgh was kind of killing it. Like I was there and it didn't just feel like here's a Starbucks in this formerly shitty area. It felt like here's like kind of the funky area where there's some good like local coffee places and great bars and really good food and not shitty people just showed up and took over. It felt like, oh, they're bouncing back like in an appreciable way where I would like to go back to that city.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like we were talking about meeting up and I'm like, I really liked Pittsburgh when I was there. And granted, I was there for terrible shit. I was there to get my child treated. And we were walking around and like, is anybody else having a great time? They're like, yeah, this is fantastic. It's great here.
Huh.
You know? And that was, you know, it was really great. And again, I was like rolling around with like a broken rib with that. I have the saddest fucking stories. Jesus Christ.
They're not fun.
No. It's all terrible.
Yeah, but it is all terrible.
It
like
is.
Everything, so.
Everything's terrible. I don't know. I only realize it's bad when I talk to people who don't have those things. Because I forgot like 7 crises ago, like something would come up. I'm like, oh, right, we're still dealing with that, too.
Yeah, it's the cascade. I mean, humans are resilient in that, like, we can just forget trauma or just ignore it, you know?
It's the compartmentalization of the human mind that allows the species to continue. Because I can still remember part of how bad it was after we had our first kid. And I'm like, there is no way anyone ever has another child. Oh, let's have another kid. You know?
2 years is all it takes.
26 months?
It's 2 years.
26 months. Yeah, like 2 years, 2 months. That's the difference.
Thank you, Captain Pedantic.
No, I meant in our situation. Specifically.
What?
Our children, like December of 2009.
Yeah, no, I get it. But, like, it's still easy to just say 2 years. You didn't have to, like, you know.
Well, it wasn't quite 2. It was a little more than 2 years. I thought specifics make the story, Jules.
So what is your origin story, Captain Pedantic?
Well, it's very specific, and I don't want to get into it.
You don't? oh no, I should try to get into it and then get a little tiny thing just a smidge off, but the whole point still is gotten across. And then you're like, no, it's actually toothpicks. I don't know what that one was. It toothpicks?
Funny you should ask.
It was Poothticks.
Did you ever watch Police Squad?
No.
It's a wonderful show that went on to inspire OK movies, the Naked Gun movies.
Ah, I see.
But Police Squad is a quick what? No. They're made up. They're jokey. It's not like that.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
But Police Squad, it's only 6 episodes. But it's the guys who did that, and it is so joke dense. They do something that nobody else does because you're not supposed to. When the jokes are going on in the front, there'll be jokes in the background too.
Oh.
There'll be shit that happens, and it is so dense, and I saw it as a child, and it broke my head. Like it's just so great.
Community has some stuff like that where it's just like
the clips episode from shows that didn't happen.
Oh God, yeah, they do that a couple times. There's
happy.
There's this there's a bottle episode where they're doing something and they're all in the study room because Dan Harmon had blown the budget out again. And this is only like episode 9, so like what the fuck are you gonna do? So they do a bottle episode. But then like the whole time, Abed's doing something in the background that isn't really referenced. And then, like, he just shows up at the end of the episode, and Troy's like, hey, where were you, man? It's like, oh, I had a whole thing going on. And then they bring it up, like, at the end of the season. Yeah, skip season 4. It's kind of a bummer.
I don't know. There were things I liked in it.
Yeah, okay, well, you know.
Jim Rash wrote one. It was good.
Yeah, but he also wrote, like, other ones in good seasons.
He's an Oscar-winning screenwriter.
Right, so you could just watch...
Real good.
You could just watch the good seasons that he wrote episodes in?
Meow.
Okay. I mean, I don't care. It's not my fucking time.
I mean, you seem to care.
I mean, I'm trying to save your soul.
Are
but
you?
like, you know, if you refuse to be saved and you want to die a heathen and then go to hell and meet I don't know, Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Then go ahead and maybe, you know, he's cool. He'll save us.
He has a lot of kids.
I don't think that he knows how many he has.
Is he trying to repopulate the homeland? Is that what's happening there?
A lot of these billionaires have this weird... When you get that rich...
Yeah.
Your brain breaks. It's money poisoning. I mean, we've talked about it.
Money poisoning. That's totally what it is.
And so him, Epstein, Peter Thiel, Bill Gates...
I don't know the name Peter Thiel. Although
Peter Thiel is the other guy who is credited with founding PayPal, even though Elon Musk and Peter Thiel just bought it. They didn't found it. Elon Musk has not invented anything. I just need to point that out. He's never invented anything.
Yeah, to my knowledge, he hasn't done anything. Right?
No, he's just bought things and then made them lose a lot of money while manipulating the market to make himself more money.
Yeah, sure. I will say Billions, not a good show exactly.
No.
But I did enjoy it. Now, granted, I haven't seen any of this season, so you say they screwed the pooch pretty good on it. But
look, man, in order to be disappointed, you have to have expectations.
Exactly.
But, I don't give a fuck about this fucking show.
But I will say that their whole thing of you have Axe, who's just bad, no moral center.
Yeah,
he's
pretty much. I mean, like the way he goes when he goes back to his hometown and like he promises to have dinner with that family, and then he just fucking bails because it's no longer of any use to him. Yeah.
But and then Mike. Is that the good billionaire guy?
Mike Prince, yeah.
Yeah.
Yellow Jacket, MODOK.
Yeah. Yes, and also can't trust bald men.
Well, yeah. They put him in a wig in a show once, and it was so distracting.
It's gotta be straight.
His character shaved it after the 2 seasons.
I didn't realize he was so buff until I saw
he's big. He's tall.
Big dude. He's a
big
dude.
He's like, wide. I didn't know that either.
No, he's far and wide. No, he's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And then, I did enjoy the thing of he's the good guy billionaire. No, it turns out you can't.
Yeah, and they could have done it more I think they did a pretty good job in season 6 with that sort of worm turning.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
definite worm turning.
Yeah, and
But it
then
falls off.
well, they just it's a Game of Thrones season 8 problem where they
is that the last season where
yeah,
people got really angry?
where they had an idea of where they wanted these characters to go, but the story took it in a different direction. And Billions suffers from this less because the story doesn't really matter. By now, you know these characters are going to do whatever was the first draft, even though it doesn't, regardless of the context of other episodes. These people just out here making decisions. It doesn't matter. Alliances are switching left and right. It doesn't fucking matter, you know. So,
but does Dan Soder show up?
Yeah, and he's so charming.
He's great.
And handsome.
He's really good at being that character.
He's great. He's the best guy in the show. Oh, him and Ben Kim. He's the Asian guy.
Right.
Ben Kim. Yeah. They always say both of his names. Ben Kim.
He's great on it. Actually, no, I will take it back. Wendy is great on it too.
No, she's not a good person.
No.
I'm talking about good people.
Oh no,
Murphy
I thought you meant just
and
the
Ben
actor.
Kim. Oh no, the cast is fucking killer. I love the cast. The main 4 people are just crushing it.
Soder is great on it.
Yeah.
And actually, even though he irritates the shit out of me, the main writer of it has
Andrew Sorkin?
No,
or Koppelman.
No.
Brian Koppelman. Mm-hmm.
Has a podcast.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And it's
God.
it has a terrible name too. I have to find it. Because you'll be so irritated.
Great.
I can't wait for you to hear the name of it.
I'm just gonna finish. We're brought to you by. I don't care about award shows. I don't care about award shows. Have you seen that video yet?
No.
Oh, it's good. It's a Rebecca Bunch joint, or not? No, the other one.
I know.
It's so confusing. Same initials. So
everything
confusing.
is confusing. Who said that? I'll find it, and it's gonna be so great. Oh, I know what it is. Oh, let me make sure. His podcast is called The Moment.
Boo.
Yes. But he has had Soder on like 3 or 4 times. They're actually very close friends in real life, and their friendship comes across. And Soder is one of the most charming people in podcastery / comedy. He's great.
Bet. I feel like I've heard him on like a You Made It Weird, or like a
I'm sure you did.
like a Nerdist or something like that, like back in the day.
And his impressions are unexpected and fantastic. And he has I have kind of a mid-rangey, scratchy voice. Mm-hmm. He has a genuinely resonant low voice. Oh. And every once in a while he'll do something way down, and he can do an Andre the Giant.
Oh man!
Yeah, he's like, I want my pizza.
Want a peanut?
Yeah, it's like, you want the peanut? No, but he'd call places, and apparently he's had that voice since he was 13.
Oh.
And he would call to order pizza, and they wouldn't believe, and he's
he's also kind of tall.
He's very tall. He's 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
a lot of tall people on that show.
Yeah. But he's but yeah, you're right. He's a good-looking dude. Mm-hmm. Very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
I hope it doesn't turn out that he did some weird shit.
Not to my knowledge, because he's one of those comedians, kind of like Jim Norton, who just talks about any shit.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can shame him.
Yeah.
So and I hope you never fucking know. That's the thing.
Well,
you don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's bad enough that I haven't been single since 1998, and every once in a while,
so fucking lucky.
I don't know. But every once in a while, I think back on something from the 90s, and I'm like, and no, what it turned out to be was occasionally I could be not a great date. Just not great. Wasn't reading stuff right.
Yep.
Didn't assault anybody. Didn't do anything like that. But just yeah, I probably should have just pieced out right there.
Yep.
Yeah. And because let's keep in mind, testosterone is poison.
It's gross. It's gross.
It's
And
so
when you're like in your
gross.
20s and then like in your teens,
So bad.
it influences you don't even understand the way it influences
you don't
your
know
decision-making
because you're so
skills.
deep in it.
You're deep in it. You're in the cult of testosterone. So then when these these Andrew Tate style motherfuckers get you're so lucky. And like these Jordan Peterson type guys get in, they attack this weak point that is these boys and young men's self-esteem,
and they just take advantage of
and their waywardness. And they say, "See, I'm successful. Here's how you be successful. Give me money. You want to know?" And you can find the secret. You want to know what the secret to why you're unsuccessful is? Feminism. Equal rights. There's a finite amount of rights,
sure,
and other people have them.
And if you don't get enough of them,
then they're gonna eat your. Then they're take your pants. And everybody's gonna take your pants.
Everybody's gonna take your teeny tiny penis away from you.
Eat your penis.
Your teeny tiny penis. Teeny tiny penis. Because you can't believe her when she says, "No, I like that."
Yeah.
Because you can't believe her.
Yeah.
That segues nicely into a thing that I've been noticing, and I know you'll be aware of it too. The strange slide of non-political podcasts into having horrible right-wing monsters onto their shows.
Oh,
fucking Tiger Belly, which is like
that's what's his name? Bobby Lee.
Yeah, mm-hmm. Bobby Lee and his ex, and it's actually a perfectly fine comedy podcast. I've been very entertained by it, and they have like Cheryl Hines on there.
Oh no! No, I know. Yeah,
and I'm like, what just happened? Yeah. It's really, I'm like, no.
If you look up Cheryl Hines right now, you'll that'll probably be like the top results for her is some weird shit she said on Twitter.
Yeah, and no. And it's like, yes, of course people have the right to say whatever stupid shit they want, but I can still be disappointed when people who I think are funny give bandwidth to people who are awful.
Well, this brings me back to the thing I was talking about. Richard Kind showed up on the George Lucas Talk Show. Yes, real Richard Kind. And it was a live show.
Real George Lucas Talk Show?
No, that's a different one. That's the animated one. Like the real Ghostbusters.
Less interested now.
Yeah. Anyway, George Lucas Talk Show. Richard Kind was there, and he was talking about this comedian, Judy Gold, who has appeared on several podcasts.
I know
and
who she is. Yeah.
Has ruined those podcasts.
No.
She is. I find her completely unfunny and just a big bug in the beer of a human being.
There's a lot of hot air there. I understand you're angry, and I don't blame you.
I'm not angry. I just
No. I'm talking about Judy Gold.
Oh yeah.
No. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
Like
now I am angry.
Those people like the thing she had to say before is like, I get it. Maybe a little less steam, but I get it. And I had to stop listening to her podcast. Right. And she wrote a book basically about, yes, I can say that.
So Richard Kind said that he had just come from being a part of her show on a stage in New York City about how you can't say anything anymore. And he was like advocating for that. He was like, these kids today, they can't let you. It's like, shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry. I just broke my eyeballs from rolling them so hard. Yes, you can't say anything at a sold-out house. You're okay. Unintentional irony. We're gonna talk about this for a minute, guys.
Right? Aren't you supposed to Isn't your craft like acting and like understanding the words that you're saying and themes and stuff? It's like, so you should understand like irony, right? You get that that's what you're doing, right?
It's like I get as a person who tries to stay informed and aware.
Mm-hmm.
I have my moments, just like Patton Oswalt, who I consider a North Star in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I love Patton Oswalt very much. As like a white dude who's trying really fucking hard to do the right thing. Great women in his life trying to do the right thing. He has a whole bit about I get it. There's these things over here, and there's trans. But you have to give me a minute because this is a lot.
Right.
You know,
I'm on board.
Yeah.
But like this is new, and so I need to get like and I've yet to meet someone that like I accidentally like got their gender wrong or their pronouns wrong or something where they get pissed off at me.
No, their friends get pissed off at you.
Or like, yes, absolutely.
I have been in that exact situation. I was deep in my cups. A bunch of us were hanging out at the bar, and I misgendered a person, and their friend lit into me, and the person said, "No, that's okay," and I apologized profusely because all you can do is accept that you were wrong,
right?
Apologize deeply, mean it,
and then try to change,
do the right thing.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But also not spend the next 40 minutes talking about it.
Right.
Because that's not why they're here.
No.
They want to hang out.
My identity is not the story here.
Yeah. But that kind of stuff, that's as close as I come. But their whole thing, like, there's good people on both sides. No, it's like this side wants to take rights away from people they don't understand.
Right.
And this side over here occasionally says the wrong thing, but also wants to see that children have food and health care.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on, yes.
Yeah, but that's the one that people go nuts on. Like, how you left-wing, they want to take everything away. It's like, no, look, I'm not talking about any of that. I just want kids to have food.
Yeah.
And they're like, but they're going to take away talk. No, not talking about talkie.
Right.
Food.
I mean, like
children, food.
I rarely get into, whenever I get into it with someone, like I know not to try to fucking.
It's not even worth it.
No, with like right wing people, like they have fallen prey to the massive propaganda machine that is
very effectively
that
sold
right wing media. Like if Hitler had a Fox News, like it would be fucking game over. Like he would have won. Because he would have mobilized Germany and his message would have spread, and then you would have had like sympathetic.
Are you sure he's not playing the long game?
It's a really long game, although it is a big number.
He apparently had a micro penis. So
yeah,
that
shocker.
That leads to a lot of planning.
Oh fuck. But yeah, the most of the arguments I get into are not about policy, and it's with liberals, and it's not about anything other than, why are you talking so bad about the Democratic Party? Why are you critiquing anything wrong? Oh, so you want Trump? It's like, so are you a baby? Like, I'm younger than you, but your argument is completely fucking childish and in bad faith.
They have that.
It's this defense mechanism where they feel like because they have also been turned by the fucking cult of like MSNBC and CNN and everything.
Sure.
Like they have their same talking points. I brought up that Joe Biden is not doing okay with his brain, and it is visible. And they were like, and then someone next to me.
I'm sorry, when did you last see him?
I know. Like, he wasn't doing great when he was the fucking vice president.
I want him to be okay.
Sure, it's in everyone's best interest that he does the best job he can and is in the best condition he could be in.
Until Kamala can come in and actually do the job. Yeah.
It's just that he's not. He's not. And like that should just be a fact. That should just be a widely accepted.
Though?
He's 80.
Well, not everybody is Mel Brooks. Not everybody is...
not everybody is even like Bernie Sanders, who's too old. He's too old to be the fucking president. Yeah. Like, I think, me over here.
You? Question in the back.
Hi,
yes.
thank you. Ron DeSantis from the Help Me newscast.
Sorry, wait.
Ron DeSantis.
I was doing the smile.
Oh, God. This fucking guy is so... Oh my God. And he still thinks he can be president. Like, that's crazy. He thinks that like on a national stage that works. Oh my God. I just started thinking about
Don't do it.
Ron DeSantis.
Don't do it. No, they need a ceiling on how old you can be.
Yeah. I think that like the retirement age should be the age where you can stop serving at national like federal public office.
There's a case Jesus Christ.
Let's call it 70.
And
let's
dude,
just say that. Let's do
dude,
70. I think it should be 65, but let's just say it's 70.
I think I'm too old to be president.
Probably.
I get like,
yeah,
I get, yeah.
Especially like with, everybody on the Hill has fucking COVID. Like they've had it already. Everybody. So you have all these old people with like long COVID and like, the brain fog and shit. And then it's just like, so anyway, people got.
Oh, wait, did you manage? Refresh my memory. Did you manage to avoid it?
I got it before it was cool.
Well,
I got it in January of 2020.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was down for the count. Couldn't leave the bed for 2 days. Couldn't eat. Couldn't do anything.
The first time I had it, I had it twice. The first time I had it, it was so bad. I know, braggart.
How bad was it?
It was so bad that I remember hearing about people losing their sense of taste and smell, and I couldn't figure out how to smell or taste anything to see if I could taste or smell things. So I was out of my fucking gourd.
That's bad.
Yeah. I was hallucinating, I was weeping. It was so bad.
Yeah, I was Yeah. It weren't good. It was not good. Fun.
It were not good for you. It were not the flu.
No, it was not the flu. No.
And I've been real sick with the flu.
Yeah, no,
but I've
my
never
bones
been
hurt.
Hallucinating. Yes.
Yeah. It was like my body hurt. It was like I thought I was fucking dying. Like I was just like, okay, well I guess I will just watch this anime and die.
Yeah, it's like I might see my kids from 20 feet away before I shuffle off this mortal coil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we made it.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah. So
and on that note, we'll see you next week, folks.
Or maybe not. Do you actually want to stop?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta pee pretty bad.
Go pee. I'll play a song.
You want to play a song?
Unless you want to go.
I don't know. What song are you gonna play?
I don't know.
You should know.
Probably the one I've been practicing.
You should know.
Okay.
Is that a liquid of some kind?
Probably.
Is that a liquid of some Richard kind?
You can't pour anything anymore.
You can't pour anything. That, by the way, that ad I sent you for that particular guitar color deserved more.
I'm sorry. It was just bad timing.
You let the team down.
I'm sorry, Coach.
Bad.
I'm sorry, man.
Bad Jules.
What you gonna do?
I'm just gonna pee.
Okay. I'm gonna make you real tiny. Don't turn off your camera. I'm
not gonna turn off my camera, but I'm gonna turn off my camera.
No.
I don't want you looking at my ass.
I hate to see you go.
I haven't left. I'm still here.
You're just showing your ass to the camera that's off?
No.
That was convincing, actually. You should be a scab actor.
Scab actor?
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Scab Actor.
You could join the Scab Actors Guild.
Yeah, but I can't stay mad at Drew Barrymore because I love Drew Barrymore.
I can't stay mad at Drew.
I love Drew Barrymore.
I mean,
you make you fun. Age difference.
I think that my biggest problem with Drew Barrymore doing this is that it opened the door. It opened the door to let Bill Maher feel like, oh, I'm not the first asshole to do this. So Bill Maher's show is starting back up.
You can't put that on her.
No, Bill Maher was going to do what Bill Maher was going to do. I can put on, and I don't know if I've said this on air before, but I can put Ron DeSantis's political career on Aaron Sorkin.
I'm hearing you on two different echoes.
Isn't that weird?
I'm on YouTube now.
All right.
And now
anyway, Aaron Sorkin is responsible.
You play song. I go pee.
Aaron Sorkin is responsible for Ron DeSantis, and yeah, he watched A Few Good Men, and he was like, "Hey, I could do that. I could be a jag-off officer. I struggle for perfection. And there's moonlight in the fog. And I'm dazzled by projections, going deeper into lies. You can close your eyes and lock the door and never let the hope in. Don't shut out the truth, because love only gets in when you're open. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Will you hold me when you hold me like you can't let go, like you can't let go? So go on and let me reach out. Let's use these days for living. When I fall asleep, I dream now how far that I was drifting. Well, it's only now I realize, to bloom you must be broken. But don't shut out the truth, because love only gets in when you're open. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me. Will you hold me? Will you hold me like you can't let go, like you can't let go? Will you hold me? Will you hold me like you can't let go, like you can't let go? Don't close your ears and lock the doors. Never let the hope in. And don't shut out the truth, because love only gets in when you hold me, when you hold me like you can't let go, like you can't let go. Will you hold me? Will you hold me like you can't let go, like you can't let go? Don't give up on me. That's fine. Hey, Chris, where'd you go? Oh, right. Bathroom. Okay.
I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
I'm an older gentleman who has to pee. I enjoyed your songy. What was that songy?
That's a Jamie Cullum joint.
Hi.
Hi, hello.
Great to have to hear that back.
Do you want to play something?
No.
Cool.
No, I haven't played a song all the way through in like 3 weeks, so
Okay.
I don't even have a guitar like set up, ready to go. I just figured this was a family getting to re-know you kind of situation.
So where you been? How you been? What you doing?
Here, not well, and
Drinking.
so much drinking.
Um,
Although the Irish festival was fun, if you're wondering where all the white people were, I found them for you.
that's where you're keeping them. Don't tell Donald Trump.
They were real. No, he's been here.
Oh,
like
that's
4
right.
times.
He knows.
Oh, he knows. I will say it was actually like a fun thing. I hadn't been to a thing in ages, and it was crowded, but enjoyably crowded, which was unexpected.
Did you see people you knew?
I didn't, which was surprising because one of the things I actually really like about where I live is I very rarely go out and don't run into people I know. Like it's fun, like in a good way. Like I usually see people I know, but this was like there's a weird thing in Erie because the weather is so like brutal once it gets cold that toward the end of the summer they just jam everything in they can. So tonight was like the start of that, and it was gallery night, and they're literally like art museums and like little boutiques and fucking dentist offices and like 30 different places have like music and people in and food and wine and whatever. So all that shit's going on at the same time that this is going on, and there are like a million shows going on like right now, like more stuff than you would think such a small town could have, and they're just like it's so much shit.
It's like the Harvest Festival.
We got to get it all in right now, right now.
That's what the Harvest Festivals that they have are about. Is because like everything must go. This is the last time we can, pluck this harvest.
Festivals aren't even until like the end of October.
No, I'm saying this is like the Harvest Festival of entertainment and activities.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying?
No. They literally like have like a different festival-y thing every weekend until it's freezing, in addition to all the other things that are going on.
Okay, so the reason the Harvest Festival has so much stuff is because that's like the last harvest.
It's the everything must go.
And so then everybody has to bring all of their wares, and this is the last time. So the whole community gathers round, and it's a nice thing, and that's what's happening. But like the warmth is the grain and produce. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it. Yeah, it is funny though, because they just like, there's this thing called 8 Great Tuesdays where they have like some bullshit band play and then some like fairly cool local band open for them, like 8 Tuesdays in the summer, and it's just so like we get this much time, guys. We gotta get this shit in.
Yeah, and your summers aren't like murderous.
Well, no.
Well, except for like when Canada tries to fucking do an airborne toxic event.
They really did.
They try to do chemical warfare on us.
But now it's like it is legit 70 degrees.
Ugh, that's just so. Oh my god! It was like in the 70s today for the first time in like a month. I think I may be being hyperbolic, but like, it's. I mean, We had like 2 weeks of like 5 90-degree days in a row.
Yeah, no, I don't think we had.
Did I tell you I did my open mic? I started my other open mic. Have we spoken since that? I don't think so. We haven't done this since then.
Where I see the confusing ad for a place where you
with the cat,
like 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's confusing because it doesn't say where that place is.
It does, but they use the logo, and the logo looks like just like a highway marker.
Does it have an address on it?
Oh, you're just supposed to Google it, I guess.
I feel like that information.
Or go to the page of the.
Also not.
Look, talk to them. Hey, John. Chris has notes.
My name is not John.
You guys are all John. You know, there's another Jon Favreau that's less cool than the Jon Favreau that did Iron Man.
Yeah, he's the podcaster.
Yeah, he's much less cool.
I thought that was him.
I did too initially. I used to listen to that show.
That must have been very disappointing. So,
yeah, a lot of my experience with that was disappointing.
So you're doing your.
You said podcast. I heard you. I heard you.
I
heard you. You fucked up.
Open Ike.
Drink.
Open mic.
Mopin' Ike. That was when Eisenhower lost re-election.
I like Mike. Wait, no.
Ooh. Oh, whoops. Come on. Mopin' Ike. Come on. He was sad. They called him Ike when he lost re-election. That's funny.
So how's the new open mic treating you?
Well, I've done it twice. I'm doing it, as far as I know, the beginning of October. Restaurant 198. It's on Route 198 in Burtonsville.
And that's information that you can intuit from the
Again, man, just Google.
Jujel?
Yeah, Jujel.
What is it with you and the Jews?
I don't know.
I'm half offended. So.
What's the other half? Listening to Joe Rogan. Anyway, it's good, but it's outside.
Aside? Oh no, aside.
Yeah, which is not my favorite version of a performing environment. Like, I'd much rather have people that are just trying to enjoy their meal in peace give me the side eye than deal with the elements.
Yeah.
And so the first one was the last Wednesday in September. Or no, in August. It's September now. Jesus.
Oh no, I imagine that was not pleasant.
No. That one was fine. It was, but there's a big fan, and I just pointed it right at myself, and I was like, fuck the rest of y'all. But it was nice, the people from my El Golfo open mic showed up, like 4 of them.
That's nice.
And so, or maybe 5, I don't know. Anyway, it was like, we went around the list twice, and it was a lovely time. People had a lovely time, and it was nice, and it didn't suck that it was outside. Then the next week I hosted it again, and it was 97 degrees.
Oh no!
And
what was the humidity?
5,000%. No, it was like it was like 43%.
Get that warm, wet wool sweater on you. Like,
yeah, exactly. You want to scratch your skin off of your body.
And here again, like, I did an outside one, and it was nighttime. It's like 75 degrees. Like, I can't really complain.
Yeah, like that night, like there were nights that week where it was like 80 degrees at night.
Yes.
You don't have to censor yourself. You can say what you're thinking.
I
agree. It is a big number.
I was thinking, blah. And it's a big number.
What about? So you haven't played anywhere since you've done VOM. Is that the last time you've played in front of people?
That was the last time I played.
You missed 2 Sean Morse appearances.
God damn it.
Weren't you? Wait, no, maybe you were there for the first one.
I don't know. I missed a couple of weeks.
I know, but like, was he there the last week you were there?
I can't remember.
I think he might have been, and then he came back the next week. And we did a lightning round. We've done lightning rounds most of these weeks you've been gone.
I like
this last week round. We didn't. But then we did. Oh no, we might have. I think we did. And then we did the thing. Then we did the thing that we've been doing recently where we just like talk for like 20 minutes while the stream is going.
Weird.
It's so weird, but I love it. And Kate like fucks off because she can't be bothered. But and sometimes like Pfeiffer will stay.
That's
Depends.
surprising.
Steve Patton may stay, depending on whether like he's like tired or something. But like Matt Holson will stay. He'll talk. Dave Benham will stay and talk if he's there. Who else? John Roberts, Ron Smith, of course.
Oh God, I love Ron Smith so much.
And Sean will stay if he's there.
I love Sean as well.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. Past and future guests of this stream.
Absolutely. Yeah. Speaking of which, and being tired, I gotta go.
Okay.
I'm sleepy.
None taken.
And I might have to take a child to a running thing in the morning.
Oh.
I don't want to. And I'm tired. And my head hurts, which is weird because I had beer for the first time in ages, which I enjoy very much, but makes my head hurt.
Yeah. Well, good night, everybody.